Daddy, it's Saturday morning. Can I watch cartoons?
All right, buddy. Let's see what's on TV.
Last time on Abby and Friends, Team Surf and Turf has sailed through the competition on the SS Clara so far, with the help of their new friends Sealy, that's me, and Toofus.
Right, brav.
After a whole day of arm wrestling, following their noses, and ninja warrioring,
Right, I think you mean warrioring.
only one competition remains. Abby and her pals face off against Team Meaty Ants in the Great Kanoko Bake-Off. Will Team Surf and Turf be burned out by the competition? Or can our baking heroes turn this cruise ship around into a championship?
All right, I'll see what you did there. Skid.
Let's find out together on Abby and Friends.
Featuring Aaron as Clementine the Rapidash.
But this is supposed to be a kid's movie.
Carrie as Carrie the Poliwag.
And here's your new Pokemon.
Kaylin as Abby the Abra.
Sorry, I was so stunned by how rude this stupid bird is.
And special guests, Jonah as Toofus the Totodile.
He should appreciate the artist's enthusiasm.
And Sarah as Sealy the Seal.
Stay on the ship! We have rooms!
Abby and Friends is played with the PokePlay system.
Come down to Miracle Farms, keeping them Pokemon safe from harm. Here where the grass is green and every farmer has his beans. Atticus tends the land with his Pokemon hand in hand. Abby and her friends, here the fun times never end. Down on Miracle Farms.
Abby and Friends.
Down on Miracle Farms.
So the team walks into the arena and you suddenly all have chef aprons and hats on, and it's very cute. And it is now Team Surf and Turf against Team Meaty Ants.
Can I just for a moment, what a perfect team name for a perfect competition. Well done, everyone. Okay, please continue.
Very good. Good work, everyone. Good work.
I was happy when you said it because I'm like, you don't even know. You don't even know.
I don't even know.
You walk in and the announcer at the front of the stage says, "Welcome everyone to the Great Kanoko Bake-Off, the large competition on the SS Clara Festival Cruise." And the crowd goes wild and they say, "We have two teams of Pokemon competing to create an ultimate dish. And our celebrity judge, Paul Kanokowood, will be the judge in judging the meals." And you see this man that is very tan and his hair is very well slicked back. And I practiced a British accent for way too long and I couldn't do it. So I'm just not going to talk like him because I'm embarrassed. But anyways, he just sort of has his hands in his pocket. He stands there. He's got piercing eyes and he just looks out at all the crowd and the Pokemon and he just nods silently.
That's very fitting.
Yeah, that is.
All right, Soaky Bottom.
So, the rules are simple. There are none. Basically, the two teams must come up with a delicious bake to give to our judge, Paul Kanokowood. He will judge to see which dish is better. And you see on the field, basically what you have, and I sent everyone a little bit of a map, and it's very simple. There's essentially an X, there's circles on each of the ends, and there's a circle in the middle. And in the center is the home. That's where the benches and the stoves and the cooking stations are. And then you have the two on the top at the ends of the X are the dry ingredients, and the two on the bottom are the wet. The ones on the right are essentially yours. The ones on the left are Team Meaty Ants. So you can steal stuff from them, they can steal stuff from you, and they can also disrupt your home base. So you need to decide who's going to get dry ingredients, who's going to get wet, and who's going to stay home or try to steal from them or disrupt their stovetop. So there's lots of things that can happen here. So each time that you do something, you're either trying to help your team or hinder theirs. They will also be doing things predetermined by me to hinder you, okay? Does that sound good?
Oh, it sounds very good.
Cool.
I'm so ready.
All right, so we're going to keep the same initiative order that we have. Basically, how this is going to work, on your initiative, you can say if you want to go to your dry or wet supplies to get ingredients for the bake, or if you want to go to the enemies, or if you want to stay on the home base and protect. Make sense?
Got it.
Yep.
Real quick, sorry. Do you have Jerry in on this as well?
No, I kind of left him out because there's a lot going on already. I just
Gotcha.
didn't want to kind of bog it down with another one. He's always by your side, Carrie.
Perfect.
He'll give you a +1. Sure. Jerry bonus.
You're like ice climbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're always together.
All right, so top of the order, we're going to start with Clementine. But first, if you want to discuss what you'd like to do, sort of let everyone know where you're going, you got a team huddle at the top of the round.
Oh, perfect.
Nice.
Well, I don't really know much about going and getting ingredients, but I reckon I can probably stop some people from messing with our stuff. I'll stay and protect what we got.
I like it.
I think this is a reasonable course of action to begin with, yeah.
Toofus, you love messing stuff up.
Oh, I would 100%, I would love nothing more than to just be on complete disruption duty.
Okay. Where do you want to go to disrupt? One of their supplies, or do you want to mess with their home base? There's nothing there yet. Nothing's cooking, so.
Nothing on base yet. I would like to mess up their dry ingredients.
All right.
Soggy bottoms everywhere.
I'm gonna turn their dry ingredients wet.
That's right, bruv. You know what it is.
What are we, Sealy? You had Two-Face. We all three of us did pretty good with the food portions of the smell challenge. What do we want to make?
Something sweet.
Well, I mean, that's obvious.
And I think, Abby,
Yeah?
I think it's time to make the mega roll.
Oh, but Sealy, we only dreamed of the mega roll just yesterday.
The specs were perfect, though, Abby. We thought of the measurements. We did the work. We put our noses to the groundstone? Not grindstone. But I think it's time.
This will be the perfect chance to raise some hype for our new joint business endeavor. So,
Oh, it'll be famous, Abby.
well then in that case, I will go and gather some dry ingredients to get the dough for the roll started.
And I can get the wet.
Okay. All right, so Abby is going to the home dry base to get supplies. Celia is going to the wet, and we have Carrie left. What do you want to do?
Well, I think then I'm going to try and mess up their home base a little bit
Okay.
before they even get started.
Okay.
We're just going to throw some pots and pans around.
I love that.
Excellent. All right, here we go. So we're going to go at the top of the order then. Aaron, Clementine, you were going to... what were we going to do again? I forgot.
I was gonna defend the home base,
Defend. Okay.
but I think since nobody's here yet, I think I'll just sort of get our ovens and stuff ready. I want to use my fire to
Ooh, okay.
to heat up the pots and pans and the ovens and stuff.
Oh, nice.
All right, go ahead and roll. Probably shape the environment.
Okay.
Now, again, to remind you, you have 3 boons as a team. Anyone can use them. When you use it, it's gone, but then you get a full success automatically, a 12.
Don't need it. I got an 8, but my special's 2, so 10.
10.
Nice.
Beautiful. Yeah, you start shooting some flames onto it. You get the stove and the oven going, and you just get everything up to like just this beautiful, perfect temperature. So anyone who starts cooking is going to get a +1 to cooking. So everyone write that down. There's a +1 at home base.
I love this game.
This is a great game.
Next up is Abby.
Okay, I am going to get the dry ingredients for the dough for the mega sweet roll.
All right, go ahead and do a sleuth to see if you can find everything that you need.
Doing a sleuth. That needs speed. Okay.
Believe it or not, I'm sleuthing around.
I got a 7.
A 7. Okay, I think what happens here, a mixed success. You set out to do what you wanted. You get the ingredients, you have them in your hand, but then you hear a flapping of some wings.
I hate those wings.
And you hear, so, hey, Abby, what are you doing there? Getting some ingredients? I don't think so. And he flaps his wings really hard, and he does a gust wind, and it blows everything out of your hands. And we're going to do a little bit of a battle here, Abby.
Oh.
Dang.
Escalate.
Sorry, I was so stunned by how rude this stupid bird is. Okay, I think Abby is just so upset. She's gonna... Quick question. how far away are we from the edge of the boat?
Oh my gosh.
Why?
Gonna do a murder really quick.
Yeah. I like it.
You know what? I think this is a big arena. I think you're pretty close, maybe 30 feet from the edge. There's a lot in front of it and behind it, but to the right and left, there's not a lot before there's water.
Birds can fly, right?
Sure.
Birds can fly. So I think, if I can, Abby gets so angry at the stupid, dumb bird that she wants to use force push.
Okay. Go ahead and do that. So you roll 2d6 plus the stat associated, and that depends on if it works, doesn't work, if it costs a power point.
Okay. I'm gonna remember what stat that is. I didn't write it down.
Probably special.
That would be my assumption.
Dang. She's doing a Yoda.
Yes. Baby Abby.
Baby Abby, baby Abby. Okay, hold on. Let me roll quick.
This is the way.
Hot take, Baby Abby would be cuter than Baby Yoda.
Spicy. Good hot take.
Now I'm imagining Atticus's beard poking out from under the Mandalorian mask.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Yeah, you want? I don't. Whatever. Just come on out. Let's go.
Instead of a blaster, it's just a can of beans.
This is the way, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of lost.
So I rolled an 8 plus my special plus the temporary +1 I got from the ice cream fountain makes that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
Yeah.
Nice. So you do your move. Congratulations, and it doesn't cost a power point.
Excellent.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. So that one is tier 2 damage.
Ooh. Ooh. And it's that damage plus special. Those
Nice.
sweets, Abby. Oh my goodness. The sugar courses through your little tiny body.
I rolled an 8, so that will be a 12. 12
Wow,
damage.
goodness. Jeez Louise.
Power.
Did you just murder this bird?
The fury of Abby is unbridled. I can't
He
help it.
died? But this is supposed to be a kid's movie.
No. So what happens is this gust comes and it knocks the dry ingredients out of your hands, and I think basically what happens is before the ingredients even hit the ground, Abby, your eyes turn purple and this energy just emanates from you. And what happens is we see a close-up of the dry ingredients as they're about to hit the ground, and all of a sudden they stop. And those bowls turn upside down. The ingredients go back into the bowl, and you see Thad is just like, "Yo, hey, what's going on here? Whoa!" And just this energy just blasts him off of the ship, and he flies way out into the ocean, past the horizon. And
Does he do that thing like Team Rocket
Blasting
does
off
when they blast off and then they...
I'm a bird, I can fly, but this is still scary.
Yes. We team rocketed somebody.
Absolutely. Excellent. Good job. And you start taking the dry ingredients back to the home base.
And I think Abby does that, and then she blinks, and her eyes go back to normal, and she kind of looks around a little, slightly disoriented for a moment, and then goes, "He was just a stupid bird anyway," and picks up the dry ingredients.
I love it. Next up is Sealy.
All right. I'm going to the wet ingredients, and I'm looking for butter, buttermilk, and vanilla. And I'm looking for melted butter, to be more specific.
I can help you with that.
Oh,
Go ahead and do a sleuth.
oh, it was a 3.
A 3. Oh no. So I think what happens is you get over to the wet ingredients and you actually find that Robin Banks and Miss Chiff are there rooting through your dry ingredients, kicking over barrels and stuff.
Hey guys,
So there are 2 enemies there.
what are you doing? This is my stuff.
And Robin Banks turns around and goes, "Yeah, see, we're robbing stuff. That's my thing. See, I'm robbing I'm robbing barrels, but I'm robbing banks. You see?" And Miss Chiff goes, "Yes, we're taking over all this, and there's nothing you can do about it. Let's roll initiative."
Oh, yes, there is.
I'll use your initiative actually. So the Rattata comes at you with a. Oh, I already rolled everything. What am I doing? I'm so stupid.
At least he's not Robin Banksy, or he'd be painted red.
Hey. There's a Squirtle over in the audience. It's like,
Sealy, this Rattata comes at you with a quick attack and tries to tackle you, but you're able to dodge out of the way as it slams into a barrel, taking a little bit of damage as it full fails.
I'm buoyant.
Mischief, the Oddish, shoots out some vines at you, and again, you're able to just flop out of the way, and it hits another barrel. They both full fail. Go ahead, and it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Bubble beam.
Bubble beam. All right. Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
2d6 plus the stat associated with that to see if it works.
I believe that one is it's a shape the environment, so it's plus your special for bubble beam.
Oh, good. That makes it an 8.
An 8?
Is that good?
Excellent. So it does hit, but it does cost a power point. So remove 1 power point, so you're down to 4.
Okay.
But you can go ahead and roll damage.
Awesome.
You said it was tier 2 plus special, so that's a d8 plus your special.
Great.
Nice.
Which one were you attacking?
The second Oddish.
Oddish, okay. Mischief.
Okay, I rolled a 5.
5. You roll a 5 for damage?
Yeah.
Is that with the special added onto it, your special stat?
No. 6.
Go ahead and add special. 6?
Yes.
Nice. All right, so this Oddish takes the hit, and she kind of flies back a little bit, and she is knocked down. So it's back up to the Rattata. He's going to jump up and try to tackle you, and it's a mixed success. So what happens is you can go ahead and roll tier 1 damage, or a d4. Do a d4 of damage as you guys sort of tussle with each other, but you're also going to take some damage as well.
Okay.
Ooh, that's 6 for you.
Ow.
You take 6, and how much damage do you deal to Robin Banks?
2.
2. Okay, but that's fine.
Okay.
So what's happening is like Robin Banks comes up at you and tackles you, and you're sort of rolling around on the ground. And again, what's going to happen is the Oddish is going to shoot out some spores, and they're going to land on both of you. But unfortunately, they full fail. So instead of paralyzing you, Robin Banks suddenly seizes up, and he doesn't move. It is now your turn.
That's what you get when you try to hit a bubble.
I guess I'll headbutt him.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
The Rattata, Robin Banks.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay. Okay, it's a 10.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So you do the damage, and it does not cost you a power point.
Woo!
So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, gladly. Plus special?
Plus attack.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, 6.
6 damage? Nice. You are knocking these down. So, and you inflict flinch potentially. So how flinch works is you and I are going to do a roll off. You get to choose the dice.
Okay.
Whoever gets the highest wins. If you get higher than me, Rattata flinches and loses a turn. If it gets higher than you, he's fine.
Ooh.
What kind of dice would you like to roll?
Let's do a D8.
A D8. Let me get my D8 out. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
No pluses, straight roll.
Okay. Roll off.
What'd you get?
I got a 6.
I got a 4. He flinches. So Robin Banks loses his turn.
Now who's Robin who?
Yeah.
So what happens is not only is this Rattata paralyzed, and now it flinched as well, so it loses its turn completely. What happens is Mischief, you see that she looks at you and she looks at the ingredients, and she walks over and she shakes a bit, and some spores come off of her and go into the ingredients, ruining some of the wet ingredients. And you realize that she's cheating.
She's cheating!
Celia yells out loud.
And she goes, I am not cheating. That's what we do. That's what we do on Meaty Ants. And then Celia, you kind of realize that she stumbled over the name. And you start to think about it, Celia. And you think, Meaty Ants is just such a weird name. And you look at the name, and you look at the letters, and you realize, as you start to rearrange them, it spells out Team Nasty.
No! Knew there was something.
No.
You monster.
I like to imagine, and maybe this is rude of me to imagine this, so tell me if it's rude as a guest. I like to imagine there's a moment of telekinesis between Pearl and Celie, and they both just, Pearl's in the stands, and she immediately starts shouting, no! And Celie starts going, and there's a connected, no! From both of them for like a solid 3 seconds.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so upset. In the best way.
I'm viscerally upset.
I'm shook right now.
Why did none of us? I'm so angry at me.
You Tom riddled me.
We have ourselves no wonder meaty ants is so weird. We have ourselves a Tom Marvolo riddle situation.
Dang.
My gosh.
Dang.
And we're gonna leave this battle and hop over to Totodile.
I am just shooting myself with like an aquajet over, and I am just zipping around trying to just completely. I imagine Toofus's inner monologue has just become sabotaged by the Beastie Boys, and he is just trying to wetten all of their dry ingredients.
I love it. Go ahead and roll. Probably shape the environment. Yeah, because you're using your water gun to do something. Yeah. So shape the environment.
Now I'm imagining Toofus doing that, and he's, you're hearing that music as the camera's on him, and just, chaos and water's going everywhere, and then pan over to Clementine. He's looking at it, and you hear elevator music behind Clementine. And he's just watching that chaos like, ooh, better not go over there.
That is a 7.
A 7, okay. So you do wreck a lot of their dry ingredients, but I think what happens is you realize that they are not. So the move I get to take. So what happens is a mixed success. It happens, but something I either get to take a move against you or something, and I'm going to do that because you realize that you look around and you're sort of expecting maybe some of meaty ants to come out and defend their dry ingredients. Then you look around and you realize they're not by the dry ingredients. They're not by the wet ingredients either. They're all trying to wreck your stuff. So what's going to happen is they are going to get a +1 against wrecking your camp moving forward. But their dry ingredients are ruined. Next up is...
Don't trash my camp.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Trashing the camp. Tarzan.
Wop 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 wop.
The NSYNC version of Trashing the Camp is the best version. Hi, this is Big Carrie's Hot Takes.
Ooh, this take. So spicy.
Carrie just sort of leaps from the ground to then Clementine's back to over to the other side of the home base to get to the other other team's home base. And she just takes her tail and she starts whacking and just throwing things everywhere.
Go ahead and roll to do a hit.
Okay, so I rolled a 5 on the dice, but I have 2 to attack. So 6, 7, and then the +1 from earlier. So that's an 8 total.
Okay, that is a mixed success. Excellent. So you start trashing their bench and their home base, and I think what happens now is you do it, and their pots are flying around, and it's just a mess. But what happens is you see that Holmes and Garden comes up, the Houndor, and he was going to go attack your home base and Clementine, but he sees you, and he just comes. He goes, "Whoa, hey, let's not." Oh, sorry. Let me try that again. Hey, don't do that. Hey, I'm tough. I just can't. I'm
Your
sorry.
Your other
I'm
voice
too
is
nice
better
of a guy,
anyway. Just talk normally.
Yeah, I know. It's Thad, you know.
Be who you are.
That's not very nice to you know that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get in, it's kind
But
of
like, have you ever thought about maybe
initiation.
finding like a new group of friends?
I don't know. It's hard to make friends now. You get out of college and you're just working and it's tough to make friends,
Let me introduce you to my friend Clem.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Holmes and Gardens. Nice to meet you.
Good strong name.
Wreck up your base here. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, I would appreciate it if you didn't.
Go ahead and roll 2d6 plus HP or heart, which would be a strong heart with advantage with +1 because both of you are doing it.
Nice.
That'll be an 8.
An 8 plus everything. You could use a boon.
I would like to.
Bring him to the light. Bring Holmes and Gardens to the light.
Nice. So you use one of your boons. What is the boon?
I think it could be Carrie, who she is in throwing all the pots and pans around while Clementine is being all nice. She finds the crayons from earlier from the smelling game.
The freshly minted.
The freshly minted crayons. And she just like pulls out a piece of parchment paper that's used for baking, but she writes a little,
Sure.
"We love you at Surf and Turf," and holds it up while Clementine's being all sweet.
Yep, and Jerry helps you because you don't have hands, so you both hold it with your tails.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
And he looks over, and he's just like, you know what? You know what? Yeah, you're right. That is a mean guy. He's a bully. I want to be a buddy, not a bully. I want Team Surf and Turf now. Yeah. And you get Holmes and Garden to switch sides.
My plan all along. I wanted Holmes and Garden on our side so bad.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Mr. Better, something about you makes me think that I should ask you after this is all said and done to maybe take a look-see at the barn and see if there's anything that could be improved upon.
Yes.
I know my way around a saw. I can pull stuff. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah. I mean, I come live with you too at the farm.
Sure.
Atticus would love that.
Abby and friends will be right back. If you happen to like the show a whole heckin' lot, you can support us financially on our Patreon. Just head over to patreon.com/tallgrasspod and sign up. We have several tiers with a variety of rewards, including ways to get your voice and your original characters on an episode of Abby and Friends. And don't worry, there is no extra essential content behind a paywall. It's all just fun add-on stuff to the show. All money raised through Patreon is put right back into the show. Thank you. Also, we're extremely excited to tell you that Tall Grass is now a proud member of the Podicon Go podcast network. Podicon Go is a group of independent content creators dedicated to bringing you family-friendly content. If you want to find a plethora of fantastic content for your whole family to enjoy, please follow Podicon Go on Twitter by searching @Podicon Go and start listening to fantastic shows from the network, such as Quest Company Jr., Happy Go Lucky, and Curious Kids Podcast. In fact, here's a promo from a member of the Podicon Go family. Thank you.
Questions still linger. Is Dice Tower Theater a high fantasy audio drama with a narrator or a heroic audiobook with a full cast, sound effects, and original score? Can it be considered an actual play podcast when you never hear the fall of the dice or the conversation at the table? Listen to Dice Tower Theater on your favorite podcasting platform. And no matter what we are called, we hope you enjoy it.
And now, back to the show. All right, so we are at the top of the next round. So what we got, if you want to do another thing, we can go through. Aaron, what do you want to do this round? You've heated up the stove. Things are ready to cook. Abby's coming back with some dry ingredients. Celie did not get as many wet ingredients as she wanted, and some of them are poisoned. Actually, you're in the middle of a battle. And then Carrie got a new teammate, so Houndor will be able to help someone if they want. And Totodile is messing up the camp.
So did we get any ingredients back yet?
Yeah, Abby came with the dry and some of the wet. So you can start cooking.
Yeah, I'd like to start cooking.
Okay, you're going to start cooking. Excellent.
Yep.
Abby?
Temperature control, I'm stirring.
I think Houndor actually helps you. Holmes and Garden helps you with the heat control and stuff too.
Yeah, we're giving everything like a nice braise on both sides.
Excellent.
So just to refresh, Thad is off the boat. Holmes and Garden is helping us.
Yep.
Robin Banks is not.
Robin Banks and Mischief are fighting Celie.
Okay.
And kind of getting their butts kicked. Yeah.
Then I think Abby. Well, if Celie is doing a good job in fighting, then I think Abby's gonna go to the other team's wet ingredients, since there's a lot going on at ours, and look for the rest of what we need and maybe mess with what we don't.
Good idea.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. Seely, you're going to probably keep on fighting. Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Especially after my revelation.
Right. Yeah. No one else really knows that yet.
Yeah, I think that Totodile,
Just you and Pearl.
unaware of kind of what's going on over there, just sees Seely fighting 2 other Pokemon, is like, gotta go to my friend, and he just shoots over there, and he's gonna try to just mouth suplex somebody.
Solid.
Okay.
I'm horrified to imagine what that might look like.
And Carrie, what do you want to do?
I think Carrie's gonna try her best to help protect home base / also maybe help bake a little bit. No.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So the cooking's happening. All right. Let's go to the top of the second round. Clementine, you start cooking. Go ahead and roll. What are you doing to cook? I think Abby comes with the dry ingredients. You have some of the wet. She's gonna go get the rest of the wet ingredients.
Yeah, but we're gonna glaze and braise. So
Okay.
both Houndour and I are sort of on either side. I think maybe we're having Carrie help us like apply the glaze with her tail, and then Houndour and I apply heat. By essentially breathing on it. It's kind of gross if you think about it.
It's
all right,
fine.
go
Don't
ahead
think
and
too hard.
shape the environment. +1 for Homes and Garden helping. +1 for Carrie helping.
Wow, so much cooperation.
Nat 6s.
Whoa!
So
It's a good bake.
Dang,
It's a good bake.
It is a perfect bake. There's a camera that zooms in on Paul Kanoko Wood's face, and you just see that steely gaze, and all of a sudden, a small tear streaks down his cheek.
Clementine just slowly nods his head. Mm-hmm. You know what it is.
Okay. All right, excellent. So I've been keeping track of good things that happen to you, and bad things, and that full critical success is going to be worth +2. All right, going on to Abby.
So Abby runs into home and goes, I got the stuff, and dumps it off, and then goes straight to the other team's wet ingredients to try and find the rest of what we need for the icing on top.
Yeah. Do a sleuth.
Yes.
Sleuthin'.
That's an 8.
An 8. Okay. I think what happens is you find what you need, but yet again, just a burden on your entire life. You hear that flap of wings. And you hear, Abby, you can't get rid of me that easy. You can't do it. And we're going to roll for some initiative. Well, actually, I got to roll his. Okay. He's going to hit you with a gust. But yeah, he actually does hit. So you're going to take 1 tier damage. Oh, I roll so bad. That's only 3 damage.
Okay.
As you get knocked backwards a little bit. And it's your turn. We're gonna get that prize, okay? Boss wants it. We're gonna get it. I can't fail. I can't fail again, Abby. I gotta.
I've had about enough of you, Thad. And she's gonna try and use confusion.
Ooh, okay.
Break the bird's brain.
That's an 11.
Ooh, so it happens. And it doesn't cost a PowerPoint. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Only 6.
Only 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then...
Only 6 to Thad. Thad he's looking kind of rough. And then what happens is the confusion hits, so you get to roll a d4 to see how many turns Thad is confused for. Go ahead and roll a d4.
That's a 4?
Jeez. Nice. Excellent. So that's T1. Tier 1 confusion. Basically what happens, I roll a d4, and on a 1 and a 2, the target loses the turn and takes 1d4 of damage. So it's his turn. He's going to try to do... he rolls a 4, so he is not confused this turn. He doesn't take any damage, so he gets to do his turn completely. He's going to try to dive bomb you, but full fails, and he smashes into the ground. I think what happens, Abby, is you teleport away just as he hits the ground, and he's going to take a little bit of damage. Okay. And he is slow to get up as he's getting hurt. And he's just, Abby, you can't run. I got it. We're going to get it. Team Meaty Ants is going to get it. It being the prize.
You know what, Meatballs? I am about done with you and you messed up. You're ruffling my feathers.
Go ahead, it's your turn.
I think I'm just gonna launch myself at him and tackle him because I'm frustrated.
Ooh. Yeah, go ahead. So do a hit.
That's a 10.
Nice. Go ahead and roll tier 1 damage plus attack. I don't think Abby has much attack.
No.
Ladle of Doom.
That's 3.
3 damage. Oh, jeez. What happens is do you tackle him or do you hit him with the ladle?
Oh my gosh. I hit him with
the ladle, right?
Yeah.
Add 2 damage to that. That's a +2 ladle.
Yeah.
+2
All right,
ladle
that's
of smiting.
So Abby just with a look of wanting to be done with this stupid dumb bird, whips out her label almost imperceptibly fast and just whacks him right on the beak for 5 damage.
Cool.
Ouch. And with that last hit, Thad collapses on the ground. He's breathing heavy and he just looks at you and he just goes, "You're not gonna get away with this, Abby. You and your friends, we're gonna get you back for this." And he starts to fly up, and I think what happens is you try to hit him again, but he dodges it, and you see him fly off the ship into the distance as he leaves the party. And I think at that, Holmes and Garden is on your team, and then Robin Banks and Mischief are they're not looking too hot either. They see Thad fly away, and I think what they do is they run away from the battle with Sealy. So they basically leave the arena, leaving you all to finish your bake.
When they leave, I think Sealy does say, "Wait, no, stop! You gotta break away! You work for Mustache Man! You gotta stop working for those guys! You come stay on the ship! We have rooms!" And then she runs back to the ovens.
Okay, so we can run through this. Let's see here. Sealy, how do you want to help the baking process?
Sealy would like to begin to make some personalized decorations.
Ooh.
Sugar and glasswork.
Probably...
Or the sugar glasswork specifically.
Yeah. I would say that would be 2d6 plus speed because you're trying to be very precise with your actions.
Love it. Ooh, that was a 6.
Do you want to use a boon?
I think so.
One on the tail end, use the boon.
I looked delicious and I ate 3 of them before I could really focus.
Yeah, so what happens is you eat 3 of them and then the sugar hits your body and you realize, what am I doing? And you focus in, your energy gets down, and you make just the most beautiful sugar glass designs that you've ever seen. And you go to put it on on the top of the roll, it almost breaks, but then you just very gently set it down in, and it's beautiful.
Right.
Excellent. Two-Fists, what are you doing? Basically, all the enemies are gone.
Slightly dejected that there's no one left to fight, Two-Fist is going to go back to our baking zone. And I think I heard something about some icing earlier. So I think that whatever ingredients were there for the icing, he's going to try to help gather those up. And then in lieu of an actual blender, like shake them up, just put whatever it is in a closed container and just shake his head back and forth rapidly, trying to make this icing. And then with reckless abandon, but also skillful artistry, ice these bad boys.
Excellent. Go ahead and probably be overcome, because you said reckless abandon, just sort of a physical attack on this bowl. Go ahead.
Attack the bowl. 8.
8? All right. I think it comes out okay. It's a little runny, but it does do the job. Yeah. Give you a +1 for that. Do you drizzle it onto the roll?
I think so. I think that after I just shake it, it's already just in enough of a piping bag thing. So just chop off the end and then go to town on it.
I think what happens, you do it really, really nice at first, but then you just get excited. And towards the end, the back of the roll, it gets a little sloppy and kind of gets all over the plates, the plate that it's sitting on. And, maybe when you bring it up to Paul Kanoko, would you want to turn it a certain way so he doesn't quite see that section? You know how they do that? They're like, I'm just going to put... And then Sealy puts a sugar decoration right there. Like, I'm just going to try to hide it just a little bit.
You should appreciate the artist's enthusiasm.
Carrie, you're up.
I think I'm just trying to clean up the edge of the presentation with my tail, the edge of the plate, just so that the icing's gone. And it looks nice. I'm doing that little end bit that you always see.
The wipe off. Mm-hmm.
And the
The
last
last
2 seconds.
zoom in, right where they're always like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the last wipe off of
Yep.
the plate. All right,
Nice.
let's see if you can get it done because it's counting down the last 5 seconds. Carrie, you need to clean off this
love
plate.
the attention to
2d6
detail.
plus speed as you try to do this precisely.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. Just as they say 1 second, you see Carrie just swipes off that little bit that Toofus that's spread everywhere, just like whoosh, and she flicks it, and it hits Jerry right in the face.
Yeah, it does.
And then you just see his tongue just like lick it off, and he's kind of like, that was pretty good. It tastes pretty good. Excellent. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 positive points. 6 was a full success, so you guys nailed it. You bring your bake up.
We had a good bake.
Yes. Yeah, it was a good bake. The bottom it's perfect. See, it's like almost a little Irish. I'm not very good at
It's
it.
got a
Okay,
nice
I'm not gonna
crispness
do-
to it. It's not got a
Instead-
soggy bottom, but it's got a nice crispness to it. You see,
Yeah.
it breaks nicely. You get the crunch.
Yeah. Paul Kanoko would just looks at it, and then he just takes a knife and just cuts it right in half. Like, you spent so much time on it. That was my favorite part. They just go right into it. Of course they have to, but he takes a bite and he looks at the team. He's got this steely look, and he just looks at each member, and then he holds out his hand for a handshake.
Blessed. Hashtag
To Abby.
blessed.
I was gonna say which one. Most of us don't have hands.
Most of us don't have those.
Abby very graciously takes his hand, shakes it, and then immediately turns around to the rest of the team and is like, "We did it!"
Excellent. Yes, you won the competition, and confetti cannons explode, and there's cheering from everywhere. Clementine freaks out. And the prize comes out, this big, big box, and someone uncovers that. You realize it's a giant sweet roll made of rare candies, and everyone takes a bite, and everyone levels up.
Wow.
Wow!
Best day ever.
So, congratulations, you won the competition. You beat Team Nasty from getting the ultra rare candy sweet roll. And you enjoy the rest of the cruise. Is there anything you want to do before departing? The ship is heading back to port. We can have a day if you want, or we can just I have a small little epilogue.
I think Abby just goes around to the whole, everyone who is on the ship and handing out small business cards with Abby and Seely's business name
They're
on
just
it.
Abby's paw print.
But then also like a small bit of icing left over, so they know.
Yeah.
Soggy
I love
business
it.
cards.
Yeah.
They're sticky.
Oh yeah, for sure. Make sure everyone has
go
one.
ahead and roll strong heart for me real quick,
The strongest heart.
Abby.
That's a 7.
A 7. Yeah, I think a couple of people take it and they're like, okay, yeah. What was the name of it again? Slabbies,
Oh, what
Yeah.
Slabby rolls?
the company.
There's Slabby Roll,
Slabby rolls.
Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Toofus or Slabby rolls?
What's the other one?
And the sweet roll, sweet flips.
Sweet rolls, sweet flips.
That's very Atticus.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, that's right.
Do a flip.
I think all 3 of those names are on the business
I
card. It's kind of a
agree.
choose your own adventure
Oh, I
business name.
agree.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. And you probably put down like 2 different numbers. You probably have like, Luca's Polka Gear number is probably on there. And Marigold Farms number. And like a month later, both of those numbers start getting calls for sweet rolls. And they're just like, Attic's like, I don't know, we don't got any sweet rolls here. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have zero context for anything
anything
that's happening right now.
Amazing.
So, the name's starting to get out there. This could be big.
All 3 of them.
I think at some point during the time on the ship, Carrie would take Holmes and Gardens over to Atticus and just sort of like present him as, all right, this is also part of the family. Here you go. There's like Jerry's on one side, Carrie's on the other, and we've got our tails and like and here's your new Pokemon.
This warms my heart.
Atticus
so
is, he's like, oh, wow, hey, little guy, well, look at you, huh? What, you like a little dog or something? That's cool. What, do you need a home or something? And, Holmes and Garden
He needs
just
a better home.
like nods. Yeah, he needs a better home. Okay, what the hell? We got room at the farm. Come on, I'm gonna call you, Harry the Houndor. And he shakes his head. And, let's see here. Henry? We'll figure it out. We'll figure out a name. And so now going forward, Holmes and Garden will be a permanent member of Marigold Farms.
I'm really.
Yay!
So anyone out there listening that might want to be a guest on Abby and Friends, there is a Houndor available to play.
A new NPC right for the pickings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seely walks over to Clementine and goes, I'm really glad you guys were able to make friends with that Houndor. He needs it, you know?
Yeah, I think I'm more just glad that I didn't have to like fight him or anything.
and she addresses everyone. Listen, guys, I don't want to bring down the best day ever, but something happened. I think Meaty Ants was really a code for some bad guys with creepy mustaches. So just I want you to know, if you ever see a mustache that looks like a W on a human's face, you headbutt and run. They call themselves Team Nasty.
Okay, I'm gonna look up what a W is, and I'll get right on that.
Clementine doesn't know what a W is, but he can use Google.
Good. I mean, I know you guys are safe with Atticus always, but yeah, I just wanted you to know.
Yeah, so I think what happens is the ship pulls into port. It's the next day, and you're just sort of relaxing, and eventually it's time to go. And Atticus and his Pokemon and his new Pokemon, Holmes and Gardens, leave the ship, and you're on the dock, and I think Atticus is like, hey, Luca, Pearl, man, it was so great to hang out. It was so much fun. You guys are awesome. And that's also Adam saying that to Jonah and Sarah, because you are awesome. Thank you for being here.
Guys, this was so
But
much fun.
I think,
So fun.
he gives everyone a hug, and I think the Pokemon, you guys probably hug it out, and it's a very touching scene. And eventually, the sun is setting on a Sunday night as Atticus and his Pokemon start to walk away, and then Abby turns around.
Before we leave the dock, I think Abby, using her arms, because she has arms, wraps Seely
Show off.
in a really big hug, and there's like water forming at the bottom of her eyes, and she says, Seely, you get me unlike anyone I've ever met. And I hope that no matter how far away we are, that we will always be connected by our new business venture and our sweet rolls and our love of never-ending ice cream. So you just go out there and you do whatever you need to get that dummy with the W mustache, and I'll just keep hitting all the birds, and we'll just do it for each other, okay?
Pearl sees this emotional moment, and she goes,
Oh, wow. I knew it, but now I know it.
and she walks over, and she has a, this is so weird, guys. She has a small little damp cloth, and she gives them tattoos that say best friends that are the washable little tattoos.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Good.
Machine temporary.
Yeah, she gives them a temporary best friend tattoo. And she goes, now you'll be with each other forever, guys. Don't worry. And gives them both a little pat on the back. And then Seely, shakes off the blubbering tears and goes, I'll always look at this and think of you, Abby. And I'll call you, soon, because we got to figure out our business plan.
Yeah, that's true. That's it.
And she's back to business.
And Abby just unzips her fanny pack, pulls out another sweet roll, and gets to munching.
Sounds good.
Oh, man.
And Atticus turns around and goes, all right, Abby, come on, quit farting around. We gotta go. We gotta hit the road. And Abby rejoins the group, and they walk off into the sunset. And then fade screen. And suddenly, the screen comes back. No. And we see Thad flying through the air. And he's in the forest, an unknown area. And he flies through the woods, dodging through the branches. And he goes into a dark cave. And he collapses on the ground in front of a little platform. And from the back, you see this dark shadow. It's standing in front of him. And Thad is heaving. He goes, hey, boss, I'm sorry. We couldn't do it. We had some interference from a Pokemon named Abby. Abby and her friends. And you hear this voice say, Abby and friends, We'll have to take care of them, huh? And then the camera pans to the shadow and you see two big eyes open. And then you see a glint of light as you see a coin on the forehead. Oh. And this big cat-like smile.
What?
And that's where we'll end this session.
Well, howdy! This podcast is a proud member of the Podicon Go network. Podicon Go, family-friendly shows that are fun for everyone.